Teraz zachęcam, by zostać z nami, by zobaczyć, jak idea New European Bauhaus jest wdrażana na Słowacji. A o tym powie nasza gościni Zuzana Pastirčák Duchová z Koncept magazine, który odkrywa innowacyjne pomysły w architekturze, projektowaniu i zrównoważonym rozwoju na Słowacji. Poproszę o ciepłe brawa. Please welcome to the stage. Jest z nami Zuzana Pastirčák Duchová. Zapraszamy.
Dzień dobry. So much for my Polish. I'm really happy to be here with you. Thank you for the invitation. And I'm switching from a very interesting talk about fashion to architecture and design and building industry. I have some magazines here if you would like to take a look, please. I don't have enough hands. Thank you. And let me get to my presentation. So, how many of you are familiar with the New European Bauhaus initiative? Any hands? There are a few. So, let me introduce you very briefly to the initiative and to the thoughts of New European Bauhaus. It's quite a young initiative led by European Commission, and it's well, as the name suggests, it's inspired by the old European Bauhaus, which was an initiative active in the 20s of the 20th century that was enabling designers and architects and all the creative people to work together for better environment and use innovation and new technologies. So in this spirit, the European Commission established this new initiative, which stands on three pillars that are written here: sustainability, aesthetics, and inclusivity. It has a lot to do with also with this concept of good living that was introduced early in this morning. I would say it's a very similar concept, but it comes maybe from other side, which is what I like about the conference program, that we are all connected with certain topics and come from different backgrounds, and that's so inspiring. But there are certain challenges how to present this political and complex initiative that is led by the European Commission to wider public, and how to really translate it, like what is meant by New European Bauhaus for normal people, so to speak. So one of the answers in Slovakia was that after 2 years of the existence of the movement, we decided to publish this magazine that you can see around in the hall, and like make it some kind of specific inspiration about how to explain these very very high principles, which is beautiful, sustainable, and inclusive, or together, how to bridge it into everyday life and into design and into architecture and the building sector. Mária Beňačková-Ryšková was one of the leaders that was from the Slovak part that was at the beginning of this very interesting initiative. She is the member of roundtable of Ursula von der Leyen, which was this expert body that was at the beginning of this initiative. Then, like what is this initiative, so to speak? It's a set of rules that should help architects and designers and politicians to create more sustainable, beautiful and inclusive places for living. It's like a very, very broad goal, and how to deal with this. That's why we have this so-called NEB inspiration projects. You can choose a web page. You can enter the New European Bauhaus web page, and there you can find these NEB inspiration projects. There you can select them according to the country, according to the topic, and so on and so on. So these are our top Slovak projects that we wanted to introduce in this magazine issue, and one of them is Spolka. Spolka is a multidisciplinary initiative based in Slovakia, which connects architects, designers, sociologists to work together and to create solutions for better environment. And this project was called Mestská krajina. Maybe you can understand some Slovak. It means like city landscape. This is a project located in Košice, and what is important on these so-called NEB inspiration projects, that they are very site-specific, but on the other hand they have some overlapping issue. They have something that can be understood worldwide. For example, also in Poland. This Košice, it's like a block of flats. It's called KVP, and it's like this panel, classical socialist panel block of flats, which are in many post-communist cities, and that's what is translatable into other contexts. So this Spolka created a manual how to make these blocks of flats more beautiful, sustainable and inclusive for the inhabitants. Then we have another type of New European Bauhaus project which combines these qualities, and it's sauna in the nature in Spišský Hrhov. That's a very small village in the eastern of Slovakia. And why is this project featured in the NEB inspiration? Well, it's mainly because of the engagement of the local community. Like, this project was built with the locals. It was also partly publicly funded, and it's run by the community. So the community is taking care of it. It has something to do with good quality of life, and it's certainly a great design, so it's beautiful. And this beautiful, maybe some of the critiques of the European Bauhaus say like, okay, what is this beautiful, and why is it so important? Well, there are many answers. Like one of my favorite is that when you have something that, like some building or something that is beautiful, it means you will more likely develop a good relationship to this building, and then you don't want to destroy it, you want to take care of it, and in this way you behave more sustainable. Then let's go from architecture to more product design. This is a very famous Slovak designer studio called Crafting Plastics, and they were featured with this project Breathe In, Breathe Out. They create all kinds of product designs from these bioplastic materials, which is biodegradable, and it can be used in any industries, also in fashion, in building, interior design, exhibition design, and so on. And it's featured for obvious reasons that it's an innovative way how to create really ecologically friendly materials that are not featuring the bad plastics. And another project that was featured is not from Slovakia, but it's from Brno, which is nearby in Czech Republic. But we also included it in our Slovak magazine because we are very connected. And this project of the Koga studio was important because it was about the reconstruction of old building, old factory, and reconstructing it into a cultural center. So in the magazine you also find the interviews with key stakeholders in Slovak Republic. This is maybe for Polish public, it's not something very sexy or very interesting. But that's the point of the new European Bauhaus, that we are coming to the point from various perspectives. Like there are politicians, there are scientists that are not like popularly well known, but it's important to implement these ideas and to network all the stakeholders that could contribute to the change. Yeah, this is a picture of old Bauhaus, just to make an illustration. There are a lot of ways how to connect to the new European Bauhaus movement. We hear often from Slovak architects that they don't want to participate. They have a lot of work anyway, so why bother with some other manifesto which is done by some politicians somewhere in Brussels? Well, it's not really that simple. Then there are many people coming to New European, coming to the consultants of New European Bauhaus, okay, where can we apply for funding? This is also not how it works, although there are some financial mechanisms that you can use, and when you get familiar with the movement, you can apply for several funding schemes in European grant systems, such as Creative Europe program, or then there is Horizon 20, and so on and so forth. But I think it's very, very important that we are here in Lublin, which was shortly declared to be the European Capital of Culture in 29. So I think it would be great to really get familiar with these principles, and it can really help you get funding for some projects on the European level. Because this movement is really now about networking, it's about connecting similarly thinking people who are thinking in various fields together, such as sociology, architecture, design, creative industries, and so on. And this is really a nice platform how to get partners for your ideas and how to really get to know similar people. This is one project from Trnava that is not declaring themselves okay, we are New European Bauhaus positive, but we wanted to explain what does it mean to be New European Bauhaus positive. It doesn't mean that you get some labels such as UNESCO or whatever label you can get, but it's rather about combining your ideas, being sustainable, trying to be inclusive, and trying to really implement some of the ideas that were already discussed, like being sustainable and create good design. So this is a project that is called Nagranie in Trnava, and the social part of it is that it's a cultural center and it's open for the public. It's not like a developer builds something and then wants to make money, but this is a great project that included top star architects from Slovakia, but it's made for artists and young people and really local communities. So this is why we like this example. And you are very welcome when you come to Trnava. Then just go to this Nagranie. It's really a beautiful space. There is a yard, yard and a coffee place, and everybody is welcome. Another important point is not only creating beautiful buildings that are very expensive, but it's important to engage local communities, and that's why we put the text of Rea Duchová, who is an architect, about the Bratislava phenomenon of garage concerts. There is a place near the Danube where there are some old garages, and it's like a semi-public zone, and I think it's very important for architects and city planners to be able to use these kind of zones and to be well aware that this is also something that belongs to the creative industry, that it belongs to New European Bauhaus projects, that it's important to foster these kind of initiatives as well as other more formal conferences or events. Yeah, and this is some more links to Slovak projects that are sustainable, beautiful, and inclusive, and that come from the New European Bauhaus movement. There is Passive House Institute in Slovakia, which is like one of the leader in this field, and people working in Passive Institute House are already several years on the scene, but now they have become really busy because it's finally getting really a big issue also in Slovakia, let's hope. Then we have Manifest 2020, which is a set of recommendations for the politicians, and then there were several projects that were mentioned in the framework of a history of New European Bauhaus movement in Slovakia, such as Year of Climate Care project run by Goethe Institute. Then there was a very active department on Technical University of Zvolen. Slovak University of Technology is very active as well. They even declared to bring the university to the emission-free, like they have these steps how to make the university emission-free. So these are all like positive examples that are connected with this one big umbrella. Then we have this prize called Presidential Green Seal that has been awarded. It has been established by Zuzana Čaputová. Let's hope that it will still remain in force. And also connected with the New European Bauhaus, a new conference format was established. It's called Green Building Summit, and it's for the especially building sector, but it's very inspirational also for general public, like how the developers and architects are thinking and what are really the principles and issues in the building industry nowadays. Yeah, this is a bit small. So I'm sorry that you probably cannot read it, but this is a list of challenges and opportunities for new European Bauhaus. It says that it's about Slovakia, but actually it deals with any other European land, and the Bauhaus movement has the ambition to reach even more globally and not to be like just bound by the national borders. So of course the first challenge is how to balance aesthetic sustainability and inclusivity, like how to integrate all of these three pillars into design of a building or a city or a village or a quarter. And this is the very first one, because many stakeholders have many approaches. For example, architects and designers, they have the tendency just to build something that is beautiful, but they don't care about, well, not everybody, but they have this tendency not to care so much about the outcomes, about the future, about the costs and so on. So when you deal with really like new European Bauhaus style, you have to think about it to be beautiful, but also affordable and sustainable. Then as well there is this economic problem, but I guess also as was spoken before, sometimes it's more not an issue of really finances, but it's an issue of culture. I was speaking with one guy who has a company to produce ecological concrete, and he said that the price is really like similar to the normal concrete, but people don't want to build from this new ecological concrete because they have some cultural issues with it, like what will my neighbor say, and will it last, or is it really better, and am I supposed to build in this way? As we spoke about fast fashion, then architecture and building industry is very, very slow. Like the changes take years to implement. So this is really what's the big challenge, to somehow engage people and tell them that they don't have to be afraid to start to build more sustainable and really think about it, what they support. Then we have this local adaptation versus universal standard. That's what you can check at the New European Bauhaus webpage under the list of inspiration projects. That's one of the criteria. The project should be site specific, dealing with one local issue, but the authors are usually able to explain it like in a wider context, like with the panel house quarter. Like they can be anywhere, but this is the one we did in Košice, and you can get inspired by us. Actually, the New European Bauhaus takes a lot of common sense, because it's not very good to take one idea and just replicate it totally in another place. You just have to follow the principles and then just think about themselves, think about them, not just produced something that was cool somewhere else. That's, for example, this very, very well known in the field of architecture, like Bilbao effect. Yes, we all know that that they managed to build a cool museum in Bilbao, and it has this enormous effect on the Bilbao economy. But when you build a Bilbao in Lublin, that's a kitsch, that's not what it was. So this is how it works. Like, you should really look at the inspiration, but think about it, not just to repeat anything that was successful in the past. Okay, yeah, then there are problems like navigating bureaucratic hurdles. Yeah, I think you also know it in Poland, that when you want to build a house, there is a whole lot of bureaucracy which you need to fill in. This is really trouble, because New European Bauhaus is about innovation, and it takes time. When you want to build an innovative house, it has to be okay with the legislation, and these processes take a lot of time. So these are important challenges. And then, of course, a big challenge is how to measure the successful outcome, because when we have categories such as good life, beautiful design, how do we measure that? How do we say that, okay, this is successful and this is not? Obviously, we have some categories that are not discussed by numbers. So this is all what we need to take into account. Yeah. Okay, so this is my last slide. I hope you like the magazine and you will check it out. I'm sorry that it's in Slovak, but with nowadays AI tools, I guess we are able to translate all kind of texts, and there are a lot of pictures that speak for themselves. So please feel free and take a look. And I hope you will get inspired by Slovak architecture scene as well. And we are looking for 29, when Lublin will become the capital of culture. And we hope that there will be a lot of successful European projects here.
Poproszę o brawa. Jeśli ktoś z Państwa chciałby zadać pytanie, to jedno jeszcze zmieścimy. Można zadać po polsku, po angielsku. Nasza ekspertka ma tłumaczenie. Jeżeli są Państwo, to śmiało, ręka do góry. I możemy takie pytanie zadać, a jeśli nie, to poproszę o gromkie brawa. Bardzo dziękujemy.